Today we're going to show you how to change the igniter kit on your dryer. It's a pretty easy job. We're only going to need a few tools. Putty knife, 5/16 nut driver, a small flat blade screwdriver, and a 1/4 inch ratchet with a 5/16 socket. Let me show you how we do it. The first step to this repair will be to disconnect the power supply to the appliance. If it has a plug on it, simply remove the plug from the socket. And if it's hardwired, we'll need to disconnect the breaker. Now the first step in this repair will be to lift the main top, which is held in place with 2 spring clips, one on each side of the door. The putty knife, we'll just slide that in, depress the spring clip, hold the top up just temporarily. And we can tilt the top back and lean it up against the wall. Next, we're going to remove the 2-wire harness for the door switch. So lift the edge of that connector so that the locking tab will slide out. And there are 2 5/16 screws that secure the top of the front panel to the cabinet. Remove those. And we can tilt the front panel forward, and we'll lift up gently on either side. We'll unhook it from the 2 catches that are located on the bottom side, and we can remove the front panel. Next step will be to remove the 2 wires to the moisture sensor. Then we're going to remove the 2 bottom screws for the bulkhead, both 5/16 hex head screws. And there are 2 screws at the bottom of the air inlet duct. And we'll loosen the 2 top ones. They have a keyhole slot on those top 2 screws, so we should be able to lift up on the bulkhead. And release it from those 2 screws. Now there are drum rollers on the front of this model, so we'll have to disengage those from the drum. And just remove and set the front bulkhead aside. Now we have access to the component. Now in this particular model, the burner assembly is located on the left-hand side here. There'll be a 2-wire plug that goes to the igniter. We'll locate that and disconnect it. Now the next step will be to remove 2 5/16 screws that hold the venturi tube and igniter bracket assembly to the burner assembly. And when you're removing the last screw, just use your other hand and hold the assembly in place. Now just push the assembly forward into the burner, tilt it out, and pull it away. Now we can change the igniter kit. Now with the venturi tube and igniter assembly out of the dryer, we're going to remove the single black screw that holds that igniter in place. And we'll remove the old bracket. To our new bracket assembly, line up the tab with the large hole and secure it in place with the 1 5/16 hex head screw. We'll start that 5/16 black screw, just a couple of turns. Now use caution with the new igniter because they are very, very brittle. Just lower it into place, slide it under the head of that screw, and then push it forward until it comes to the stop on the bracket, and then tighten the 5/16 screw. Just make sure it's snug and firm in place. Now when reinstalling this assembly into the burner, take very good care that we don't touch this portion to anything metal. So we'll use both hands, we'll slide it into place. And we'll start those 5/16 screws. Tighten those two screws up snugly. We'll reconnect the harness to the igniter. And we're ready to reinstall the bulkhead. Now to reinstall the bulkhead, we want to make sure that the lower lip of that air inlet sits inside the base of the frame first. Next, we're going to want to lift up on the drum so that we can get the roller wheels in underneath. And then next, lift the whole assembly up until we can engage that keyhole slot at the top corners. Now, we'll make sure that the felt is not folded over anywhere, and that the drum rollers are sitting where they should be. And we'll reinstall the other two screws on the front of the bulkhead. Tighten the top two, and install the two on the air inlet. And as this model has a moisture sensor, we'll reconnect the two wires to that. And now we're ready to put the front panel on. Now to reinstall the front panel, we want to make sure that these two rectangular holes line up with the two catches on the front. Make sure they engage fully. Next, we will replace the two screws that hold the front panel to the cabinet. And remember to reconnect the door switch harness. Make sure the locking tab holds it in place. Now we're ready to put the main top down. We'll make sure that these two spring clips engage the two hooks at the top of the front panel. So open the door slightly. And our repair is complete. Told you it was an easy job. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your repair.